Tonight, on this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica, we look back at the Saints' final home game of the season. Get to know a crowd favorite in Duluth. Plus, the head coach takes off the headsets to give us a lesson in football. It's your inside look at the Saints Scholastica football program in Duluth, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica Football, a 5-week seasonal series bringing you inside the Saints football program. I'm your host, Angie Vestris, coming to you from inside the weight room on the campus of Saints Scholastica. It's always a good matchup and an intense rivalry when the Saints face conference foe, the Panthers of Greenville, and Saturday was no different. Former St. John's standout Todd Foltz joined head coach Kurt Ramler to break down the game and get an inside look.
With Coach Ramler here, congratulations on an outstanding victory and another conference championship for Saints Scholastica.
I couldn't be more excited for the team, seniors especially. Puts their record during their careers at 36-6, their 4th consecutive conference championship, and our 4th automatic trip to the playoffs.
4 trips to the NCAA playoffs is unheard of in Minnesota football, Division III football. I don't know of another team that's done that. Congratulations, and what does that mean to your program here?
I just think it's, if somebody wants to have a chance to do something like that, this is the school. Really, if you look back at it, the seniors look back at their career and say, every year they won the conference and every year in the playoffs. It's just exciting.
17 seniors today on senior day, and you sent them out in style with a 42-14 victory. How big are those seniors to your team on this playoff run? Well,
it's kind of, I'll borrow an expression, they're irreplaceable. Yeah. But somebody will step up. We're going to miss those guys. They're true leaders for us. Absolutely incredible crew. It was a lot of fun for me to be around this year as a coach. They kind of ran the program the right way. They know how to win. They know how to do things right on and off the field. They're tremendous guys.
You know, they always say you win championships with seniors, and you had a great group that will lead you into the playoffs, hopefully for that first playoff victory.
Yeah, we're fired up for the opportunity and the challenge. We got some guys, I mean, the guys that really we count on today, Tyler Harper and Peter Stanley on offense, our 2 offensive captains, really came through. Aaron Toady and Blake Cedarleaf on defense, bottling up the best running game in the conference, and yeah, proud of those guys.
Offensively, I have not seen a performance as impressive as Andrew Smith in a long time. 256 yards receiving on 12 catches, 3 touchdowns. What's going on with that?
I don't want to take away from Tyler Harper's performance, but throw it near him. Throw it near Andrew and he'll make the catch. Don't get me wrong, those 2 were dialed in. Harper threw some dimes to Andrew, but Andrew was just on fire. Just incredible. We knew, we thought we could get a matchup, and Andrew really did a great job.
I don't know how you do the weather here, because another great day. It was a little cool, but a big crowd and a wonderful day for football. It was very enjoyable out here. And for you as a coach, what's it like to go into that 4th quarter with a comfortable lead, knowing that you're probably going to win the conference championship and cruise into that victory?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was pretty cool. I know we say it's always a beautiful day to play football. Today was exceptionally beautiful, especially with the way it ended up.
A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement on the team as they came off the field. They're excited for the playoffs. What do you do over this next week? You've got a bye coming up to get ready for that big playoff run.
Yeah, we're fortunate we've got this bye week. We'll get back to basics. We'll get extra treatments. We'll get some rest, to be honest. And once we know who our opponent is, we'll gear up.
That sounds great. Congratulations, Coach Ramler. 4 consecutive conference championships here at Saints Scholastica with a 42-14 victory today over Greenville. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Coming up, we get to know one of the Saints leaders who excels both on the field and in the classroom. And up next, get a lesson in football from the head coach. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saints Scholastica, offering personal tours for prospective students anytime, including at Health Career Day on Friday, December 5th. Register at visit.css.edu.
The education here at St. Scholastica, you know, it's top notch. The teachers, they're very approachable. Small class sizes. Education, you know, it was hard to get used to at first when I came in as a freshman, you know, but it's gotten nothing but up.
Education is definitely first, football is second. The coaches preach that too. We have study tables for players who are struggling, and anyone can join if you want to get extra work and find quiet time.
The education here, I'd say, no matter what sport it is, it's the forefront. I know for us personally, we have certain standards that if you're not meeting those standards in GPA, showing up to class, you're not going to play. You know, you're going to get suspended. And I mean, it's not tough. I mean, you came here to go to college, you came here to get an education. You're students first. You know, we're not on athletic scholarships here. We're here to play football for fun. So my personal experience with the academics, I think, has been pretty great. I know, you know, I'd say 9 out of 10 professors I've had know my first name, you know, after the first couple weeks.
The type of education you get here is second to none. They place a lot of emphasis on education and academics, and that's real important. So here, you get the best of both worlds. You get a winning tradition in athletics, and then in the classroom, you get the best academic possible.
The school itself has been really cool. Went from being kind of intimidated the first couple weeks. Once I settled down, all the teachers I've had have been really good. It's kind of the smaller classroom size have been beneficial to me. Helps you. We can walk up to the teacher, and often they'll call them by a first name basis. And they're more than willing to help you with anything. They want you to succeed. They don't want you to sneak behind or fall behind the wayside. They really want the best for you as well.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica from Duluth, Minnesota. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. Each episode here on the show, we bring you inside the Saints football program to see the game through the players and the coaches. Head coach Kurt Ramler hits the field with his players to pass along some football knowledge to us in this week's instructional.
Kurt Ramler, the head coach, offensive coordinator, and quarterback coach here at St. Scholastica. We're going to talk about how we play offense a little bit today. One of the things we do is we go almost exclusively shotgun. One of the challenges with that is when we throw a quick game, we got to make sure we throw without laces. Again, Kurt Ramler, the head coach, offensive coordinator. I'm here with 2 of our best players here.
I'm Tyler Harper, number 2 senior from De La Salle High School. Kyle Stepka, sophomore from New Prague High School.
Okay, these guys are our top 2 quarterbacks. They're going to demonstrate how we throw backside hitches with no laces and how we drill it. Go ahead, guys, and staggered. The key here is to mimic the snap. Each throw becomes the snap. So as they catch it, it's as if they're receiving a shotgun snap. Their target is the outside shoulder, exactly 6 yards downfield. These guys are exactly where they should be for a backside hitch throw. Check the great lower body mechanics they're using here, making sure they're pushing off their back leg, and again hitting that target exactly, backside shoulder. They're not getting the laces each time. Sometimes they will, but mostly they won't. So we're really working on that right now. The other facet of this that's really important, that we actually use quite a bit today for some nice touchdowns, is the throw them a pillow type throw. So you drop it on their outside shoulder. Same thing, no laces, but here they're reaching up a little bit higher in the cookie jar and dropping it on that backside shoulder. How many times did this work today, Tyler?
I believe 3 times, Coach.
3 times for a touchdown? We'll take that each week, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks guys.
Good.
Nice job, that's St. Scholastica football.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we spotlight one of the Saints' big contributors in 2014.
Being a 6'4", 230-pound linebacker is always my goal. I never made it. You know, I can't change my height.
That's next on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of St. Scholastica, offering personal tours for prospective students anytime, including at Health Career Day on Friday, December 5th. Register at visit.css.edu. The football team was not the only St. Scholastica fall sport to have success this season. On November 1st, CSS Cross Country hosted the UMAC Championships for the first time since 2007. and the men's team came away with its 6th consecutive conference championship. On Saturday, the CSS men's and women's soccer teams hosted the UMAC Tournament Championship, with both teams playing the University of Minnesota Morris. The men's team began the day with a 4-1 victory to claim its 3rd straight tournament title. The women ended the day in dramatic fashion with a Casey Mitchell goal 5 minutes into the 2nd overtime to give the Saints their 4th straight tournament championship. Both the men's and women's soccer teams will play this weekend in the opening rounds of the NCAA Division III tournament. For all your Saints Scholastica athletics information, be sure to check out csssaints.com. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. A high-powered offense is always entertaining to watch. For the Saints to have another successful season, they need to continue to get big-time play from their upperclassmen who work hard to elevate this football program to the next level. This week, we profile one of those upperclassmen making a big difference both on and off the field.
Mitch O'Neill, fullback, Rogers, Minnesota. Really, the biggest thing that influenced my decision to come to St. Scholastica was, for one, just the city of Duluth. I had never been to Duluth before being recruited. I really enjoyed just being around all the football players, and that was exciting. And Pete Stanley, when I came up for an overnight, he showed me hospitality, and I got to meet all of the guys in the dorms and all the older guys. And I think just it felt like home, you know. It felt like a place where it was going to be a lot like a family as a team. So I think that was probably what drew me to St. Scholastica the most. I actually came in to Scholastica my freshman year as a linebacker. And after the first week of two-a-days my freshman year, they asked me to switch to H-back, is what it was at the time when Coach Carlson coached. And so I took the opportunity. I figured maybe it would help me get on the field as a freshman. And sure enough, I did. After just having a week learning the whole offense after I just learned the whole defense. It was stressful, but it got me on the field right away. First game, my freshman year. Only 2 plays, but it was really exciting. And playing football here is really just, our team camaraderie is just exceptional. It was, you know, you always think that it's never going to get better than the family you had in high school football because you grow up playing with them from when you're yay high. But just being here for the last 2 years, it's already stronger bonds than anything I had in high school. I mean, it's all of our goals to win that first playoff game, you know, and once you win one, you know, you just hope that they keep coming, and you do everything you can to keep them coming. But first things first, we got to get there, and I think we can. You know, conference champs the last 3 years. I have no doubt in my mind that we can do it again. I was actually born in Illinois, and I grew up playing flag football because in Illinois they didn't start playing tackle football until 5th grade, and moved up here in the end of 5th grade after playing just 1 season of tackle football. And my dad automatically started coaching me once we moved up here. And I felt like I was going to be so far behind because everyone else had been playing tackle football since 2nd grade. But really, you know, I was right on the same page with everyone. And I moved on to Rogers High School. And the coaching staff, Coach Mark Franz, was probably one of the greatest mentors of football that I've ever been associated with. He just knew the game so well, and the way that he showed us to respect the game was outstanding. I've always been a Chicago Bears fan. Brian Urlacher has always been my biggest idol. You know, being a 6'4", 230-pound linebacker is always my goal. I never made it. You know, I can't change my height. I could bring myself up to 230 pounds, but I wouldn't be quite as good looking as he was.
but I've always tried to play the game just as physical, just that physical being that he was on the field when he played. It's just how I try to play. The exercise physiology program here was just intriguing to me because of athletics. I know when I was growing up, I was always told to do something that you enjoy instead of something that just pays the bills. And I really took that to heart from my father, and so I decided that the one thing that I've always done is athletics and sports, so I figured exercise physiology or athletic training would probably be around my path. Having the opportunity to stay around this program after being done with college would really excite me, or just being around the sport, even if it's at a different level or somewhere else, not in Duluth. But if I were to master in exercise physiology or athletic training, being around the sport for the rest of my life would just be phenomenal.
Coming up next, we preview what lies ahead for the Saints. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saints Scholastica, offering personal tours for prospective students anytime, including at Health Career Day on Friday, December 5th. Register at visit.css.edu.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yep. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
You bet. Well deserved. There you go. We'll get some pictures.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. The Saints closed out their regular season on Saturday against the Greenville Panthers, and with a bye week ahead, they'll have plenty of time to rest before heading into the postseason. Todd Foltz rejoins Coach Ramler to preview what lies ahead for the Saints.
Another UMAC Conference championship for you, Coach Ramler. You got to be pleased. What a great game and a great day out here. I know you're getting ready now for your next opponent that we are not aware of yet. We'll find out in about a week. So you've got to get this team ready to go for a team that you don't know about. How do you do that?
Yeah, it's nice to have the bye, but it definitely is a challenge that we don't know who we're going to play. The candidates, of course, include Wartburg and down in Iowa, Whitewater in Wisconsin, St. John's, I think, has the inside track in the MIAC. So, it's nice to be in the playoffs, and nice to have a bye where we can rest up and get even more healthy. But we won't know who we're playing until it happens.
And I suppose it's got to be a little difficult to try to come up with a practice plan for the next week. So you're going to try to heal some guys up. But what do you work on in practice when you don't know who you're going to play specifically?
Well, there's always something to work on. We'll go ahead and say, who are we? What are we going to be really good at? How do we polish that? We're pretty good at some things now, but what can we get better at? It's really going to be important down the road. And practice for us is a blast. It's a lot of fun, so it's going to be fun for the seniors to say, all right, our season's not over. We've got more practices. Let's go out one more time up on the field and under the stars and have a great practice.
You're looking for your first playoff victory here at St. Scholastica. What type of impact would that victory have on this program? Your program is surging right now. You're bringing in top-level athletes. You're getting some big-time recruits here. But what would that playoff victory do for the overall morale of the campus? Well,
I think the program's ready to take that next step. I think we're poised. And that next step for us as a program is to win that first playoff game. So we're certainly looking forward to that challenge, and I know across the board as an institution it would be a big thing.
I'll tell you what, today you made a statement playing the #1 team in the conference, the #2 seeded team, I would say, and you made a statement by blowing them out. I think as you go into the playoffs, you're going to carry that momentum with you and have a real good shot of taking that next step with this program. I'm excited to see how that goes for you. As far as coaching preparation for that, do you do anything different as you start to coach for the playoffs as opposed to a regular season game?
Well, the one thing that we'll definitely do is we'll look at ourselves a little bit and see what tendencies we have and where we maybe have some things that need to be shored up on offense and defense. I might take some time watching a little more film of the defense and ask the defense to look at us a little bit so that we know where we're at with that. But really it's just about us. If we can do whatever we do really, really well, it doesn't matter. There were some plays today where they were saying, you know, watch option, watch option. It doesn't matter if there are no options coming if we do it really, really well. And that's our philosophy.
Fantastic. You got a great senior group leading you into the playoffs. You've got a great amount of momentum from this last victory. We wish you the best next week, and you find out who you're going to play, and then 2 weeks for that first playoff game that you hopefully will win. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica, your weekly look inside the Saints football program. Thanks for watching and supporting Saints football all season long. To follow the football program and all Saints sports, visit csssaints.com. For Todd, Foltz, and Coach Ramler, I'm Angie Vestris. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica.